Welcome to Sibu, a city on the western side of Malaysian Borneo, and I arrived here yesterday afternoon and I am going to be taking you around the whole city and showing you what there is to see. So I arrived here from Bintulu on a 3.5 hour bus ride, and when I got here the plan originally was to go out, do a quick video and then leave this morning, but I decided after having a little walk around for about half an hour, this place is worth seeing for one whole day. So I am now leaving tomorrow morning. The bus journey to get here costs 28 ringgit, cheap. And the hotel I'm staying in is quite nice. It's £10 a night. It's got aircon, it's got Wi-Fi, it's got a hot shower, and more importantly, it's got a nice bed. So Sibu, a city with a population of about 160,000 people. And if you saw my last video of Bintulu, where they are trying to get the tourism and spend money on touristy things, this place has already got it. So Sibu is known as the city of swans, and there are various statues around the city of swans. Now the legend has it that swans used to come here in their droves centuries ago, and that's why it's called the City of Swans. But where I'm standing right now is the town centre, even though it's a city, and this is the biggest town centre in the whole of Malaysia. Now to me, a town square is usually all concrete, but I'm going to let them off with this one because they want to have this claim. Now across the road over there is a fun fair, which the receptionist guy told me all about and said it's worth going to on a night time. So I will be doing a second video which I'll put out tomorrow night, and it's going to be a river cruise. I'm actually going to be doing stuff. There's a river cruise, and then I'm going to show you Sibu at night, but that's another video. When you look around the park, on each corner there is, I don't know if it's electricity pylon. There's one on each side. And the one over there in the corner is got a cafe underneath it. But already you can see that it's got an open wide space. They've got modern buildings, lots of hotels for every price range, going from 5-star down to my level. And it's a really nice place. I did read online that this place has got a reputation as being the Wild West of Borneo, in that there is a lot of crime, a lot of pickpocketers, and it all stems from the timber barons. So I'm going to be on my best behaviour. I'm going to go out tonight and not take anything. I've got very minimal stuff in my pocket. I'm going to try and keep away from the crowds. So what's there to see around here? You've got the waterfront, which I'm going to go to in a minute, which is down that way past the fun fair. You've got history in the way of, they've got a hospital museum, which I'm reluctant to go in. They've got heritage centres, they've got parks, they've got just everything. And even though we're not on the coast, look at that. They've still got a waterfront. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. With compliments from Mr. Cook, Oh, in conjunction with celebration of Sibu 100 years, 2001. Oh, I bet that lights up in the night time. So let's head to the waterfront. Waterfront is just in front of me, but I've just come past the museum. So this is the Lau King Hau Hospital Memorial Museum. I think this is the back of it. So it's a lotus pond, and I have just seen a heritage trail, which I didn't even know about. So the history of this is it's built in the 1930s. Mind you, it looks very modern for a 1930s building. Its founder was the late Mr. Lau King Hau. He donated his personal wealth to set it up. I'm only reading off there. Now I do know this was the first hospital in the Sarawak state, which is the western side of Malaysian Borneo. And during the Second World War, it played a heavy part in the war itself. So I'm just going to go around the front. Please use the front door. Now, because I am going on the river cruise tonight, that is my budget for the day, so any museums, I'm not going to be able to afford to go in, but basically it shows, from what I've read, in fact, where is the front door? Somewhere around here. It shows how medical procedures has improved from the 1930s up to the present day. And that lotus pond goes all the way around. And I'm still trying to find the front door. So this is the waterfront area, and you can see that it is modern. So it's probably been reclaimed. Ah, is that the front? Basically, I've just walked all the way around. So it's free to come in, and all I had to do was sign in the register. That's who it's named after. Oh, hello. Please do not shout in the museum. Oh. It's got all of the information. That was fascinating. It showed you the whole history of every different types of medical procedures, the uniforms, the pharmacies from the 30s up to the present day, and it was just, I've been there for about half an hour just walking around reading stuff and looking at stuff. But I'm still trying to get to the waterfront now. It is this way, but I've just seen another statue. But yeah, if you ever come to Sibu, that is definitely worth going to. And it's free. All you got to do is send your name in. This is the statue, and there's nothing to say what it is. There is something that says that it was finished built 27th of November 23. So it's only a year old. So still waiting for some sort of plaque to go in there. Oh, there's a nice little park around here. What is fascinating about Sibu and the majority of Sarawak is everywhere you go, everything's in English. Even in the museum, everything was in English. Yet when I walk around, I went to a cafe this morning for breakfast, no one speaks it. And just a bit confusing that if you've got a population that didn't speak the language, then, but good for me, I'm happy. Oh, what's that? Because this is the waterfront and this looks like it's all been redeveloped over the last few years. Even the residential area there is very modern. So a lot of stuff will be brand new, but it does look old. And all the way around the waterfront is lots of cafes, coffee shops, nail spas, if you want to have a cup of coffee and get your nails done at the same time. I'm now at the waterfront. Keep getting distracted. And this is it. Obviously you've got the waterfront apartments. And this is the river. As I said, it's not a coastal city. So this is the Rajang River. And this is the longest river in Malaysia. It is the 8th longest river on the island of Borneo. And it doesn't look like there's a bridge to get to the side. But I've just seen a ferry. You can just make it out over there. People getting onto a ferry to come over to this side. Wow, that's massive. So this waterfront looks like it goes on and on. It has been developed really well. God, they look nice. Bet they're well expensive. In the city there is a big Chinese community, and that comes from the early 1900s when the Fuzhou Chinese settlers came across over to here and set up this base as theirs, and they got involved in the agricultural, into the development of the city. Look at that. Hello. I have no idea where this goes to, so I might just stop off at one of these coffee shops over there, because it is hot and I fancy a little break. That was quite nice. I went a bit crazy. I had a iced cappuccino instead of my usual hot, but it's a Saturday, so I'm allowed to go crazy every now and again. And right now I'm back at the town square, and behind it is the Wisma Sanyan building, which between 2001 and 2019 was the tallest building in Sarawak state. But more interestingly, every September there is a base jump competition. So you get competitors from Australia and Malaysia. And I assume base jumping is when you go from the top all the way down the bottom with no ropes, no nothing, just using your hands and feet. And the end of the competition is whoever lands in the town square still intact. There is also the tower run. It holds in March of every year, and it's been going on since 2017, where only 350 participants, which is all they will allow, will run 627 stairs from the bottom to the top. Now I can't imagine them all running together, so I reckon it's one at a time. And then, but originally when they started it was 2 laps of the town square, straight into the steps, 627 to the top, and then timed. Now that would be hard. I mean, I would use the lift. I did say earlier that Sibu is known as the city of swans. No, it's not. It's known as the Swan City. Remember that. I'm now in Hoover Square. Although not historical, big sign, Hoover Square. This was built in 2003 in memory of the Reverend and Mrs. James Hoover, who brought the Methodist religion to Sibu. So that is the church, and that looks quite newish. And the Hoover Mission House is, and I like this, designed to help the homeless of Sibu. Jesus loves you. I do like that. And in the background you've got a Chinese temple roof there. A memorial thing over there. Wow. And when you come down the stairs, they've got a little bit of history there to tell you all about James Hoover and his wife. I'm not going to read it out. So because I saw the roof of the Chinese temple, I actually thought I'd come down, and it is quite nice. So there's the temple itself. 7 stories, I'm guessing. I'm sure I read that somewhere. And there's the river. Really nice. And if you look at the top of the entrance, they've got goldfish on a boat. Oh, some magic tree. It's the rain tree. See what it says. More than 100 years old. Planted by one of the early unknown settlers from China. Oh, this is the second heritage trail thing I've seen. So, Tao Pek Kong Temple, built in 1870, rebuilt in 1897. So, like most Chinese temples in Borneo, it has gone through its various disasters earthquakes, fire, war, but this has never been harmed. This has never been destroyed, and the locals reckon it's because of its feng shui, because it's facing the river. It's been protected, or it's just very lucky. I do like that. Right, further on down, this is a lovely, lovely city. I've now moved further down, and oh, look at that! It looks like a Chinese garden. But I'm still on the river, and behind me is a ferry port. Now I've just been in, is that a clock tower? Yeah. So I've just been in the ferry port to find out if they actually do any ferries to Kuching instead of getting the boat, because I think it would have been a good experience. But no, they don't. It's a bit of a shame. As I said, it would have been a bit of an experience. But this is still the waterfront. And it is still very nice. So I am glad that I've decided to stay an extra day, because I think if I'd just done like a couple of hours of just walking around, running around as best I can, going wow, I don't think I would have got as much as I did today. And that is another swan for Swan City. I like this. And then on there, a brief history of Exu's southward migration. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that the main Chinese population came over from the Fauchu settlers, and this is basically their history, and it's a lot of history of how they came over here, why they came over here, and what they've done for the city of Sibu. Wow. And if you understand any Chinese, there's the Chinese history side. And then a little sign about Rajang River, Malaysia's longest river, more than 770 kilometers. Oh. And the name of this area, I've just found out, is the Zuklan World Convention Garden. And the World Convention of the Zooklanish Association was held in Sibu from the 22nd, 24th of November 2002, with the swan in the background. Behind me is the indoor market, and it's, well, it says it's the Sibu Central Market Complex, and that looks quite modern. Now, I've seen enough markets over the last couple of months not to bother, but I'm more interested in this. Where's the swans? Where are the swans? That's dolphins. Are they getting confused? It's got a little ball on its nose. Oh, this looks a nice area. The fact it's shaded is even better. A little ball there. YU's Doskip mascot is a joint project between Sibu and some clan to beautify Sibu town and develop tourism. Yeah. Oh. I really do like Sibu. The fact it has got a bit of history, colonial history, Chinese history, and it's very modern compared to a lot of the other places I've been to over the last month. Yep, this will do for me. When you come out of the shaded bit, oh, I've got some more shade. You have this in front of you. There is there another swan, which I'll get a closer look in a minute. And then you get a spaceship, which is random. Very random. So this is Gateway Park, and it's so cool because it's the gateway to the river. And all around you've got your various little statues and a spaceship. We'll have a little wander around here. I was enjoying the shade. Oh, it's too hot. So this is, I don't know if I'm allowed to walk through it. I am anyway. Very Chinese. Oop. Some sort of market, which I assume is a night market. Is a stage for the aliens. So I will be back here tonight because this is meant to be really good, all lit up. But I'm going to have a wander across the road over to that side to see swans and his friends. So there it is, Gateway. Look at the size of him. And various animals around. So you got dragons, you got rabbits, you got tigers, and if I know my Chinese astrology, these are all Chinese horoscope animals. Am I right? Oh, there's a sign. That'll tell me. So Lynn's Swan Garden opened up in 2005, and the swan has been adopted as a symbol of Sibu to symbolise her pace of development over time. Spelling mistake. Right, the swan statue is positioned to face south, which symbolises peace and prosperity for the people here. Surrounding it are the 12 zodiac animals. Next to it are 8 smaller swans with different poses. Really? Oh, look at that pose. That's an angry pose. That's a I'm falling asleep pose. That's another pose. Oh, wow. Little pig. And that's Sibu. And there's still so much to see, but I ain't got time. You got things like the Heritage Centre, various markets. Oh, just too much. So I'm going to go back to the hotel now because I've been out for about 4 hours and it is hot. I've just bought some grapes, which was in the shopkeeper's fridge. It's nice and cool. And I'm going to go back to the hotel. I will be back out tonight for the night cruise, or the sunset cruise as it's called. We'll try and find the night market. We go back down to various places to see what it looks like all lit up at night. But if you've enjoyed this video, because Sibu is surprisingly nice, and if you ever get a chance to come here, then get yourself down here. And if you want to see what the sunset cruise is like, you need to subscribe and press that bell. But until next time, it's bye bye for now.